The Houston Texans will have to respond to a bad loss on a short week when they welcome the Detroit Lions on Sunday, October 30th in Week 8 NFL action. The Texans put a lot of emphasis on Brock Osweiler's return to Denver in a big game for the AFC South leaders, but they fell extremely flat. The quest to bounce back begins as the Texans aren't even getting enough respect from the oddsmakers to be the full 3-point home favorite. The Lions have turned their season around in a heartbeat. After 3 single-digit losses to drop to 1-3, Detroit has rattled off 3 straight victories. It seems that odds makers have these teams power rated about even. The Detroit Lions are 3-1 against the spread, but 4-3 straight up. They are also 4-3 to the over. The play of Matthew Stafford is a huge reason why. The quarterback has completed over 68% of his passes with a 15-4 touchdown interception ratio. He's done it with virtually no running game, so he's faced a lot of pressure and a lot of disguised coverages. Since Jim Bob Cooter took over as offensive coordinator, Stafford has completed 69.1% of his passes for over 4,000 yards with a 34-6 touchdown interception ratio. Marvin Jones and Golden Tate have taken turns having big games lately, and Anquan Bolden has started to factor in a little bit more. The Lions' defense has been ravaged by injuries in recent weeks, but they've been able to outscore the opposition. With each passing week, the Lions get a little bit healthier in the back 7. They need to get a lot healthier from a performance standpoint, though. The Lions have allowed 74.2% completion rate and have given up 18 passing touchdowns with only 3 interceptions. Detroit's defense has been under siege on the ground too, as opposing teams have run for 4.7 yards per carry. In a lot of respects, this is a better matchup for Detroit's defense, but even the slumping Texans offense might be able to have some success. The Houston Texans rallied for a huge win against Indianapolis to improve to 4-2, but then they fell to Denver to drop to 4-3. Bill O'Brien's bunch is 3-1 against the spread with 3 overs and 3 unders on the season. Houston put a lot of money into Brock Osweiler, and no doubt Bill O'Brien probably wants a refund for this purchase. Osweiler has only completed 58.2% of his throws with an 8-8 touchdown interception ratio. His footwork in the pocket is pathetic, and he's lucky to have only been sacked 13 times on the season. His sacks are big negative plays, unlike other quarterbacks that can limit the damage. Lamar Miller has a solid 4.3 average, and DeAndre Hopkins and Will Fuller are 2 legitimate wide receiver options. But it all goes through Osweiler, and he has not been good to say the least. Fortunately, while the offense has been inefficient, the defense has been pretty solid. The Texans have a great secondary, even with Kevin Johnson's injury, and their pass rush doesn't hurt either. The Texans are holding opponents to a 58.2% completion rate, and they have only allowed 5 passing touchdowns. The Texans have 16 sacks and 3 interceptions. The rush defense has been suspect as opponents are picking up 4.4 yards per carry. Andrew Luck is the only well above average quarterback that the Texans have faced. Tom Brady didn't play when Houston took on New England, so they have not been tested by somebody like Matt Stafford very often this season, and that represents a big challenge for this week. The Houston Texans have been a very inconsistent team this season. They've benefited from a soft schedule, but they've struggled with any decent team they've played. The Lions, on the other hand, are certainly decent with a great offense, but a terrible defense. This isn't one of the best games of the week to bet on, but the Lions have been able to outscore some teams, and they certainly should be able to outscore the Texans as well. Our pick and prediction is for the Detroit Lions at +2.5.